Hi English 12, welcome to week 3. I just wanted to do a quick introduction to your assignments for this week and talk to you about making sure you come and see me if you need help catching up or making a plan. Week 3, because it locks next week at the end of week 4, this can be that time of the quarter where students turn it around and find a way to catch up, or they kind of just throw their hands in the air and say, I'm behind, I don't know how to catch up, and that's what I want you to know that I'm here for. So please, if you feel like you're behind on weeks 1 and 2 and that you're going to fall even further behind here in week 3, come and see me this week so we can make sure we get a plan put together. We have you sit down, help you through whatever assignments you're working on so that you can get caught up. So here are this week's assignments. For this week, you're going to start off with obviously watching this week 3 introduction and responding to the extra credit if you get the opportunity to do so. And then also due today is your Beowulf Part 3. Hopefully by now you've gotten Beowulf Part 1 and 2 completed. If not, please catch up on those as soon as possible so that you can do Part 3 and you can do it in the order it's supposed to be done. Due on Tuesday are your Beowulf after read questions. So Beowulf's part 1 through 3 are just answering the questions that are there in the margin. After read questions are taking the piece of work in its totality and doing some more analysis and synthesis type questions. The Read and Reflect high school article or Life After High School article is going to be done in class if you attend on Monday. If not, please do the activities that accompany that article so that you can get the maximum points. This particular assignment is worth a lot of points. And then finally, Friday, you have your Beowulf project due. They're just little mini projects, and so I will go ahead and explain each one of those briefly so you know what would be expected if you decided to do any of the particular options. So option 1 is to just do the language and vocabulary assignment. If you scroll all the way to the bottom of this particular assignment, you'll see a link, and that link will open a Word document that will have vocabulary, some work with adjectives and verbs, and a writing prompt for you to answer. So that is certainly one of the options that you can do. Option 2 is to create a comic book strip for one of the battles that Beowulf encounters versus Grendel, Grendel's mother, or the dragon. I have comic strip templates that you can come pick up from me, or you can just find one online that you feel will suit your needs. Option 3 is to take those 3 villains found in Beowulf and compare and contrast them. Find some similarities, identify some of the differences, and discuss those in detail. Option 4 would be to compare Beowulf to a modern day superhero. Now obviously superhero being a fictional character, but what are their motivations, strengths, and accomplishments? How are these superheroes that are depicted in movies similar to or different from Beowulf? Option 5 would be to write an opening defense argument for one of the villains as if you were their defense attorney. So you would take any of those 3 villains and you would try to write up what you think the motivation and why their actions are defensible. Option 6 is to create an artistic representation of one of the main characters that's found in the story. So you can do Beowulf, Grendel, Grendel's mother, the dragon. On the back of the artistic representation, and I want that in full color, you will choose 3 character traits that you feel that particular character possesses, and you're going to describe scenes in the story that show that they possess that trait. So you can give me quotes, or you can describe how that character trait comes about in that particular scene. Option 7 would be to create a collage of images or quotes from Beowulf that demonstrate the book's theme or message. So several of the questions talk about the idea of good versus evil, so that can definitely be a theme. What is it about that particular theme? What message is the story trying to convey? So pull out images that are in the story and quotes that show the idea of good versus evil or any theme that you can identify from the story. And then you want to be sure to include a written explanation for whatever it is you're including in your collage. Why is that significant to the story? Why is it significant to the reader? And finally, option 8 would be to write a eulogy for Beowulf. Sorry if you haven't finished the story yet, but spoiler alert, he doesn't make it. But he does have a great reign, and he is quite an old king when he finally dies. So at that funeral, what eulogy could be said for Beowulf to show what a great leader he was for his people? So those are each of your 8 options, and that assignment will be due Friday. If you do an artistic assignment, you can certainly bring it in to me next week on Monday. But if you have a written assignment, then please just submit it by clicking the Submit Assignment button. So you can see that you have some big assignments this week. Some won't take you quite as long, but some will take a little more time and effort, especially that project. If you are not coming to class, that article will probably take you a little more time and effort. So I hope that you did come to class if you're watching this after Monday at 9:30, because it's definitely probably the most difficult of the articles throughout the course that go with the Life After High School theme. Just so you know, the extra credit is related to the follow-up video that comes after this intro video, and I am posting the questions below the video. So if you are not sure, you need to go back to it or look at the questions first and then watch the video so that you know how you want to respond. That would be great. Please come see me this week if you're behind so we can make sure we create a plan to help you get on track, and I look forward to seeing you this week.